So this massive heart, this is going to be your ventral view. And if you turn around and you see the dorsal view, you'll see, sorry, you'll see that this is the vena cava. And this is going to be your superior because it's up high. And this is your inferior because it's down low. And this right here,
superior?
I'm sorry, the blue is the superior. Because it's a vein, right? It's bringing blood back to the heart. And this is your inferior vena cava. It's bringing blood back to the heart. Now, the chamber it's going into is right here. Is going to be called your right atrium. Okay? And what happens is this right atrium is going to drain blood into the right ventricle. Okay? Once it leaves the right ventricle, you see this is your tricuspid valve.
Yeah.
You have your cusp up here, your cardae tendineae, and then this right here would be your papillary muscle.
Okay.
Okay. Up in here, you see these trabeculae carneae, and what's going to happen is the blood is going to go from the left ventricle through the pulmonary trunk. It's going to, I'm sorry, this is the right. It's going to go from the right ventricle to the pulmonary trunk, and it's going to the lungs to get oxygenated. Now, while it's in this pulmonary trunk, it's going to go through something called the pulmonary semilunar valve. It's going to continue through the pulmonary trunk, go to the lungs. It's going to get oxygenated. When it comes back to the heart, it's coming through these vessels right here, and these are going to be your pulmonary veins, and they're carrying. No, I think this would be your esophagus. So yeah, there are 4 pulmonary veins though. It's kind of hard to see on this model, but this is going to carry oxygenated blood to the left side of the heart. So you're going into the atrium, the left atrium. Okay? And then from the left atrium, you're traveling into the left ventricle. And you can always tell because of the thickness of the myocardium. It's got a very thick muscle wall here. Okay? To get into the left ventricle, you have to go through this. And this is called your bicuspid valve. You have the same pieces. You have the cusp. Okay? Then you have the cardae tendineae. And then you have these papillary muscles, okay? You also have the trabeculae carneae. And what happens is from this point, you're shooting up through this vessel here. This is going to be going to your aorta, which you can see coming up here in the red. This is the aortic arch. Now, you're going to have another valve to go through, and you can consider this the valve. This is going to be your aortic semilunar valve, okay? You have different segments to the aorta. You can't really tell in here. So for the sake of this, we're going to call this the aortic arch. And then once it goes through the aortic arch, it's going to go into the systemic system of the body. The blood is going to go everywhere to the body. It's your heart.